My name is Tim Hughes. I'm a Baltimore O2 Corps member, born and raised in Las Vegas. I was motivated as a recent college graduate, served communities, and was excited about being a teacher. I taught middle school science. I met so many amazing students, and my overall prevailing memory is just I have a lot to learn. And that's sort of been a through line in my professional journey of always just trying to learn more and do better.
Tim's commitment to equity really shows up in the fact that he understands his own identity. He's from this community, he's a first gen, he went to UNR, and is someone who figures out how he can use his identity and his experience to help give voice to others, as well as use his experience to give solutions.
I grew up in Las Vegas. My family's been here a while, so I'm a third generation Nevadan. My family moved here way back when to help build the Hoover Dam, really looking for opportunity. My mom worked in the casino industry. My dad worked in construction adjacent types of jobs. So I feel like I had a pretty typical experience, and I don't think that I knew any different at the time about what education could or should be. But what I knew is that I really liked school, and that was a safe place for me. I had a family who nobody had been to college or had had great school experiences, but they still encouraged me to really focus on education. I went to one of the earlier magnet programs in Clark County. I really realized while I loved my educational experience here, I think once I saw what was out there, I realized that there was a lot I wasn't exposed to, the pathway to more choices and different opportunities. Once I realized for that myself personally, I felt like it was incumbent upon me to be able to pay that forward to others. While it felt challenging coming from a poor background, that other students around me had far more significant challenges, often related to their identities. They had an even harder time trying to navigate the system, and is part of the motivating factor of why I do what I do.
So many ways that Tim supports the education landscape in Nevada. The work means a lot to him. I know he's a multi-generational Nevadan. Through our work at TNTP, Tim's impacted hundreds of thousands of students over his time, teachers, leaders, district leaders, and in his role as state board, he's very frequently visiting with constituents, traveling across Nevada to ensure that he hears the voices of all Nevadans.
Because of the role that education had played in my life and the options and choices that led to, along with the social justice part of it, wanting to ensure that all kids had that access really spoke to me. Felt important given my own lived experience. I felt like I could contribute to the solution.
Tim always is so deeply invested in hope and change and community, and he uses that strength to motivate others. He wants to work with people from different backgrounds with different perspectives, and he strongly believes in the power of the collective.
I could just see his passion, his vision, his commitment to education and making sure that the adults within the entire system were well prepared, that they had the tools they needed to be able to make a difference in the community, which I just so much appreciate.
My dream is that we center it around the students and build experiences that are truly going to help them and really allow them to reach what it is that they want for themselves and their families and their communities, really tailoring the experience to what students' hopes and dreams are, and then making sure that they're equipped and they have the support and the skills and people beside them to help them achieve that.
Tim's organization at TNTP was one of the first that I knew that was doing work in rural Nevada. I think that we don't think about that a lot. His organization, as well as him and his team, were helping our small superintendents figure out systems, processes, seeing him work committed to Clark County, but committed to the entire state of Nevada. He knows that every child can reach their full potential in an equity-driven system. Nevada is on this amazing trajectory on building out what the future of education, not only for Nevadans, but the nation in general. What is it truly at this moment in time that we can do better by our students?
A lot of folks still to this day are kind of think that improving education is a lost cause and that it can't be done, it's too complicated, it's too complex. And growing up in Vegas, one of the great things that I was instilled is I sort of have this Vegas belief that anything's possible. We can start industries from scratch. We can do hard and challenging things. And this sense of optimism for what's possible was really instilled in me, just really from being a part of this community. And so I thought education was something we could improve. And Teach for America has consistently been the ones at the forefront of talking about that, and not just talking about it, but doing something about it. So that call to action was really motivating to me.